chosen one. July 2nd, 2025. Riches will find you. Your inevitable end. This is not just a sentence. It's not merely a prophetic whisper. It's a declaration made over your life with divine authority. You, the chosen one, have stepped into a time and space where what has been chasing you is no longer hidden. It's not about you seeking wealth anymore. Now, wealth is looking for you. July 2nd, 2025 is a marked day, a sacred seal in the realm of spirit that signifies the beginning of your divine conclusion, the finish line of struggle, the termination of cycles of lack, the dismantling of invisible walls that kept you from your portion. This is the end, but not the kind you fear. This is the inevitable end of dryness, the inevitable end of waiting, the end that introduces the eternal reign of abundance. So, dear chosen one, stay with me until the very end of this message. There is something transformative here, coded and packed for your spirit. Write in the comments your warmest wishes for the life you believe is coming, and type the number 99 to energize the universe and activate the atmosphere around you. Wishes are not fantasies. They are seeds, words of hope that shape reality. When you write them, you move your energy, and energy obeys spiritual law. Your words are bricks. You're building your future with every letter. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. July 2nd, 2025 is not random. It is not a coincidence. The timing is supernatural, and the alignment has already taken place behind the scenes. It may have felt like everything was working against you, but it was only setting the stage. The isolation you experienced wasn't punishment. It was preparation. You weren't being ignored. You were being refined. You weren't falling behind. You were being positioned. Understand this deeply. You've carried a silent favor for years, but that favor is about to become loud. Wealth doesn't just mean money. It means access. It means ideas. It means people. It means being resourced from invisible rivers. What you are walking into is not just more. It's what you were born for. You are not being made rich. You are being revealed as rich. This day is pulling back the curtain on a truth that's been hiding in plain sight. And even though others couldn't see it, heaven always could. There are doors that only open for certain people, and there are keys that are never handed over. They must be recognized and unlocked from within. July 2nd, 2025 is a day your internal lock turns. It's a day the spiritual access code you've carried becomes visible, and that visibility is what will make the riches find you. You are not chasing anymore. You are attracting. What you lost is being restored. What was delayed is returning. What was hidden is about to find its rightful owner. You. You've come through too many storms not to shine now. You've survived too much betrayal, too much lack, too much confusion for this not to be your reward season. This date is more than a promise. It's a portal that only opens for those who have walked in divine discomfort with faith, for those who said yes when no one clapped, for those who kept their hands clean and their hearts soft when the world went cold. Riches don't just find anyone. They find the ones who have been formed by fire. This is a divine reversal. Heaven's economy doesn't move like the world's. God's plan doesn't bend to man's timeline. And now your timeline has intersected with divine time. That's why the shift feels different. That's why things are moving, and you don't even have the full picture yet. Don't worry, you don't need to see everything. You just need to walk like it's already yours. The calling over your life was never light. That's why your path wasn't easy. The depth of your purpose is why you couldn't settle, why you never quite fit in, why you were always thinking differently, feeling more deeply, seeing what others ignored. You weren't broken, you were built differently. And now, what made you feel different is what's making you valuable. The world needs what you carry. And the realm of riches, divine riches, responds to authenticity. You're not being blessed because you're lucky. You're being rewarded because you aligned, you matured, you kept going. The wealth that's coming is magnetic. It's not loud, but it's undeniable. You'll be shocked how easily it shows up. Doors that were locked for years will swing open with no effort. People who once doubted you will be asking how you did it. And the truth will be simple. God decided. The end has arrived. The struggle season has expired. July 2nd is the line in the sand. A holy moment etched into the heavens. You are not late. You are right on time. Let yourself believe in the miracle. It's not hype. It's not emotion. It's legacy. You are the branch from which future generations will eat. You are the evidence of answered prayers, not just yours, but your bloodlines. Your ancestors, the ones who cried silently at night for a breakthrough they never saw. They're watching now. You're the fulfillment. You're the proof. The abundance finding you now is intergenerational. That's why it feels bigger than you. That's why it's showing up fast. Because it's not just yours, it's theirs too. Stay with this word. Because what's happening now cannot be undone. The divine clock has struck. The final wall has cracked. There's something you carry that no one else can touch. And that something is finally being acknowledged by heaven and echoed in the earth. Wealth is drawn to authenticity, to frequency, to alignment. And your life, despite all that tried to derail it, is in divine alignment right now. You've become the version of yourself that cannot be denied. No one has to agree with it. No one has to validate it. You don't need confirmation. You are the confirmation. You are what breakthrough looks like in human form. And those who didn't believe in you will now be forced to watch you rise. Not in arrogance, but in truth. You were made for this. And the end you're stepping into is not an end in loss. It's the end of limitation, the end of not enough, the end of hiding. This wealth that is finding you is not just money. It's wisdom, clarity, position, and spiritual armor. You are being clothed in glory. You are being repositioned without effort. You are being accelerated without competition. Nothing can block what has been divinely assigned. And that's exactly what this is, divine assignment. Let this be assigned to you. If you've been feeling the shift, this is why. If you've been seeing the number 2 or 7 or 99, this is why. If you've been waking up between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m., this is why. If you felt both excited and overwhelmed, this is why. Because July 2nd, 2025 isn't just a date. It's a destiny checkpoint, one that heaven decided you would not miss. You've waited long enough. You've hoped hard enough. Now it's time. You're no longer reaching for what was never meant to fill you. You're being filled by what you were always meant to carry. You're being seen for what was once invisible. The tears you cried in silence were not wasted. The pain you endured didn't delay you. It aligned you. And this is your payoff, your inevitable end. The finish line where pain hands the baton to peace, where scarcity steps aside for overflow, where confusion is swallowed by clarity. You've reached the moment when the invisible realm is louder than the physical one. What's happening in your life right now may not yet be fully visible to others, but the evidence is undeniable to those who have eyes to see. You are glowing differently. You are walking differently. There's a frequency around you that has changed. This isn't coincidence. This is divine confirmation that the season has shifted and riches are now magnetized to your life. Not because you asked, but because you're ready, chosen one. When divine timing aligns with inner readiness, wealth is no longer a pursuit, it's an arrival. The law of attraction becomes the law of revelation. Everything that was stored, protected, and prepared is now coming out of hiding and finding its way to you. You are not chasing. You are drawing. You are not striving. You are receiving. There's a heavenly algorithm, and you are its result. Understand this. Everything you've endured until now was a curriculum. It taught you how to receive without pride, how to elevate without ego, how to carry increase without forgetting where you came from. July 2nd, 2025 is not about sudden wealth alone. It's about prepared wealth and, more importantly, a prepared you. You had to go through the wilderness so that when abundance came, it wouldn't destroy you. Now, you've been forged by fire and refined by patience. You don't just desire the blessing, you've been molded for it. And what does that mean for your reality right now? It means your name is being spoken in rooms you haven't entered. It means your presence is being felt by people who haven't met you. It means divine orchestration is arranging partnerships, opportunities, and doors tailored specifically for you. This wealth will not be stolen, misused, or manipulated because it was never born of the world's systems. It was born of God's timing, and that timing is now. You may feel nervous about the sudden changes, but don't be. This is your moment of re-identification. You're not who you used to be, and that's not a loss. It's a gain. Your capacity has grown. Your spiritual muscles have strengthened. You've stepped into identity alignment, and that's why wealth can now recognize you. Before it passed by because you weren't fully visible. But today, on this divine date, your spiritual signal is fully activated. Riches can finally find you because you're radiating exactly what you were born to carry. You must realize this. The universe doesn't respond to need. It responds to frequency. And your frequency has changed. The universe sees you as complete, empowered, available. That's why money, influence, blessings, and breakthroughs are traveling to your doorstep. And they are not just visiting. They are relocating to your life permanently. You're not just experiencing a moment, you're entering a movement. Your inevitable end is not about retirement or slowing down. It's about rising into divine maturity, where every lesson now turns into leverage, where every delay now serves your destiny, where everything that tried to break you now becomes a badge of honor. You are unshakable. You are unstoppable. You are inevitable. Don't question how it's going to happen. Don't worry about the logistics. The wealth coming your way doesn't operate by earthly protocol. It bypasses limits, traditions, and gatekeepers. It's not your job to figure out the how. It's your responsibility to remain aligned with the why. Your mission is your magnet. Your peace is your signal. Your truth is your currency. The environment around you may still look ordinary, but the atmosphere has changed. This is why some people are being removed, not because of hate, but because of incompatibility. They weren't tuned to your next level. They couldn't see what you carried, and they couldn't hear the silent signals your life is now sending. Don't take it personally. When your wealth arrives, your circle must match the elevation. That's not rejection. That's divine protection. Get ready to witness the rapid manifestation of long-forgotten prayers. Some things you asked for years ago are just now arriving. Not because they were delayed, but because you finally became the version of you who could sustain them. July 2nd isn't a random date. It's a prophetic stamp, a seal on your growth, a line that marks the end of the old and the birth of the new. From this moment forward, you're walking in a different authority, not arrogance, authority. You don't need to explain yourself anymore. You don't have to convince anyone. You don't owe anyone proof. Your results will speak. Your transformation will testify. Your rise will be undeniable. Let your actions be silent. Let your growth be loud. The ones who laughed before will now be in awe. And not because of revenge, but because your elevation will be that supernatural, that evident, that divinely engineered. You're not leveling up, you're being lifted. You'll find that things that once took effort now flow with ease. Ideas will come faster, people will support quicker, resources will appear with precision. Why? Because you're now aligned with divine flow. You've stepped out of striving and into receiving, out of hustle and into harvest, out of lack and into legacy. Let your faith rise with each breath. You are not walking into mystery. You are stepping into mastery. The kind that was carved in secret places. The kind that only pain could teach. The kind that only isolation could awaken. You didn't come this far just to be seen. You came to shine. You came to lead. You came to overflow. And that's exactly what will happen now. The overflow won't make sense to others. And it's not supposed to. It's spiritual, it's sovereign, it's inevitable. Riches are finding you not because of who you know, but because of who you are. Your destiny is dripping with divine provision. And now it's coming on time. You are now standing at the intersection of what was and what will never be again. July 2nd, 2025 has opened a spiritual gate that cannot be closed, reversed, or questioned. The wealth that is coming your way is not attached to external validation, corporate titles, or worldly promotions. It is rooted in the divine instruction you obeyed when no one was watching. It is a response to your consistency in moments of silence, your faith in seasons of lack, and your resilience when it looked like nothing was working. You didn't fold when the pressure increased. You didn't crumble when rejection came. You stayed standing when others quit. You were honest when it was easier to fake it. You were generous when no one was clapping for you. All of these silent choices, all of these unseen sacrifices, they are returning now as divine reward wrapped in unexpected packages, delivered at precise timing. That timing is now. That delivery is wealth. That reward is visible transformation. The life you've been imagining is no longer imagination. The visions you held while lying in bed at night are not fantasy. They are previews of what's arriving. You were never wrong to dream that big. You were never delusional for believing you were meant for more. The world tried to convince you that you needed to be realistic. But faith has no room for realism. It creates its own reality. Let this part sink deep into your soul. What is coming to you now will not be temporary. This wealth will be established. It will be protected. It will be multiplied because you won't mishandle it. You won't waste it. You won't abuse it. You've learned the difference between abundance and excess, between ego and confidence, between showing off and showing up. That's why it's finding you. That's why it can trust you. There is a spiritual law at work. When the vessel is ready, the oil will flow. And you, dear chosen one, are the ready vessel. Prepared in darkness, stretched by pain, awakened through tears, and now aligned in purpose. The oil of abundance is flowing toward you now. And nothing can interrupt this process because it's no longer about desire. It's about divine order. Expect people to notice your glow. Expect strangers to favor you. Expect conversations to shift in your direction. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Riches are being funneled through people, platforms, and paths that were pre-assigned to your journey. You are not stealing someone else's blessing. You are simply receiving your own. And that makes all the difference. There will be moments in the coming days where you'll feel overwhelmed by the speed of change. Don't run from it. Breathe into it. This is what you've prayed for. This is what your inner child was screaming for. This is what your spirit has been preparing for even when your mind couldn't keep up. The shift has started. The wealth is moving. The heavens have released their hold. You may notice strange patterns, repetitive numbers, sudden opportunities, emotional purging, or intense dreams. These are signs that you are being activated into a new reality. Everything that no longer serves your next chapter will be removed, sometimes without warning. Trust the clearing. Don't try to hold on to expired relationships, expired beliefs, expired behaviors. Make room, make space, because what's coming needs to land in a clean, clear place. It cannot coexist with chaos. Your posture now should be expectation, not desperation. You don't need to beg. You don't need to strive. You don't need to chase. What's yours knows its way to you. What's yours is already in motion. What's yours cannot be intercepted. The richness of this next chapter is not found in effort, but in embodiment. You must become the wealth you are about to receive. Think it, speak it, walk it, own it. Don't be surprised if people begin treating you differently. Don't be alarmed if invitations you once received stop coming. That's confirmation too. Because when the vibration of your life changes, your environment must realign. It's not personal, it's prophetic. You are not being excluded. You are being redirected. There's a higher frequency that now fits your soul. Do not play small. Do not apologize for the glow up. Do not pretend to be less powerful than you are just to make others comfortable. You didn't suffer all that pain just to return to dimmed light. This is your emergence. This is your ascension. This is your bloom, and it is unstoppable. July 2nd is more than just a portal of provision. It is a proclamation. It declares that you are no longer hidden, no longer waiting, no longer preparing. You are now activated. You are now anointed. You are now aligned. Your inevitable end was never destruction. It was destiny. It was always meant to be this way. You were always meant to rise. The wealth is just a reflection of your internal shift. It's a mirror to the strength, grace, and resilience that you have cultivated within. What you see now in the physical is simply a delayed image of what's already true in the spiritual. The wealth didn't start now. It was always there. It's just catching up to you. So, allow yourself to enjoy this season. Don't rush past the beauty of it. Let the riches kiss your hands, rest on your shoulders, and flow through your life without shame. You've earned this by being who you are, not by trying to be someone else. This is your reward for choosing truth when lies were louder, for choosing love when pain was easier, for staying hopeful in hopeless spaces. Wealth is not just about money. It's about time, freedom. It's about creative freedom. It's about legacy. It's about becoming a blessing to others. You're not just receiving riches. You're becoming the distribution center for divine wealth. You are being trusted to carry it, share it, protect it, and multiply it. So, stand tall. Look at July 2nd, 2025, as a divine exclamation mark over your journey. It shouts, "You did it. You passed every test. You stood the storm. You silenced the doubt. And now everything that was locked up is being released into your hands richly, joyfully, and permanently." The power that's awakening in you now, chosen one, is beyond comprehension. It is not something that you force. It is something that flows. You are not entering this wealth to boast. You are entering this wealth to fulfill, to complete a cycle, to open a gate for those who will follow. You are being made into a model of supernatural abundance, the kind that is birthed not from hustle, but from harmony, not from effort, but from energy. The alignment you've stepped into is rare, and this is why riches are finding you, because you carry what cannot be faked. There are riches coming that have nothing to do with currency, but everything to do with quality of life. Peace that surpasses understanding, love that heals rather than harms, time that you control rather than time that controls you. You are becoming a magnet for opportunities that match your spirit. Not every open door is your door. And that's the wisdom you've now inherited. In this season, you'll know what to say yes to. You'll sense where the anointing is. You'll trust your intuition, and you'll move accordingly. That is true wealth. Not just having access, but having the wisdom to know when to step forward and when to be still. You're no longer driven by desperation. You're guided by discernment. That's why the riches will stay, because you won't chase them in panic. You'll welcome them with peace. You've become too spiritually mature to be fooled by glamour without substance. You now know the difference between a test and a treasure, between a temptation and a divine gift. You'll protect this wealth, and because of that, it will multiply effortlessly. Riches are not just moving toward your life. They are becoming embedded in your identity. You will start to feel the shift in your language, in the way you speak about your future, in the posture you carry when you walk into a room. You will no longer approach situations as someone begging for favor. You will step forward as someone whose presence carries weight, not because of ego, but because of truth. The weight of glory is on you. The fragrance of favor surrounds you. You're stepping into rooms where you'll be the answer, not the question. You'll be the light, not the seeker. You'll be the source of calm in chaotic spaces. Why? Because you've been trained for this. You've lived in chaos, and now you know how to bring order. You've survived confusion, and now your clarity is magnetic. You've walked through lack, and now your abundance is sacred. You'll move with humility, but you'll speak with power. That's the balance of this season. July 2nd, 2025 was never just about breakthrough. It was about becoming. This day marks the end of the illusion that you were ever unworthy. The end of the false stories you were told. The end of the generational lies that said wealth belonged only to others. You are chosen. You are appointed. And now you are activated. Let me tell you something sacred. Your wealth is not here to impress. It's here to impact. The decisions you make from this point forward will ripple through bloodlines. You will break cycles you didn't create. You will solve problems you didn't cause. You will plant seeds in soil that once rejected you. You will change atmospheres without even trying. That's the kind of wealth you carry. And it's that kind of wealth that can never be stolen, because it was never sourced from man. There will be moments in the near future where your environment won't understand your silence. That's because your silence will no longer be rooted in fear. It will be rooted in depth. You're not being quiet because you're unsure. You're being quiet because you're full. You no longer need to prove. You no longer need to argue. You are the living proof. You are the evidence of divine wealth, and soon even the doubters will be left speechless. This is your season of unmatched clarity. You'll wake up knowing exactly what to do. The fog is lifting. The confusion is gone. The delays are over. The energy around you has shifted so significantly that even your past cannot hold on to you anymore. You'll feel a disconnect from the old version of you. And that's a good thing, because that version was necessary for survival. But this version is prepared for dominion. You won't recognize yourself in the best way possible. Your mind will think quicker. Your decisions will be cleaner. Your emotions will be calmer. Why? Because the spirit of wealth has entered your atmosphere. And wealth doesn't just bring money. It brings structure. It brings ease. It brings divine flow. You are being reorganized from the inside out to sustain what you're about to receive. People will look at you and wonder how it happened so fast. But you'll know the truth. It didn't happen fast. It happened silently. It happened slowly. It happened while no one was paying attention. And now the world is just catching up. They're seeing what heaven already confirmed. They're witnessing what you've already survived to earn. Your rise isn't luck, it's legacy. You are now standing in a moment where heaven and earth agree about your destiny. There is no more resistance, no more delay, no more almost, no more maybe. It's time. It's done. It's yours. The journey you walked privately is about to become the celebration others witness publicly. And when it does, remember this. Remain grounded. Remain centered. You are not just rich in possessions. You are rich in purpose, rich in presence, rich in spirit. That's why this wealth will never own you. You will own it. You will command it. You will multiply it. And you will use it as a tool, not a title. Because you are not being elevated to gloat. You are being positioned to guide, to light the way for others who are still in the place you once were. You are the reminder that delay is not denial, that waiting is not wasted, that struggle does not cancel destiny. You are the proof that wealth can find those who never gave up. And now, it's finding you. The countdown has ended. The doors are open. The air is different. You are no longer hoping for change. You are embodying it. You've crossed into sacred territory now. Chosen one. There's no going back. You are no longer the person who wondered when will it happen. You are now the person who walks in the fullness of it is happening now. That subtle but powerful internal shift is what riches respond to. That posture of certainty, that calm confidence, that quiet strength. The universe, the heavens, the divine order. They respond not to panic, but to power. And that's what you're vibrating with now. There is a stillness in your energy that's speaking louder than words ever could. You're no longer trying to be seen. You are seen. You're no longer begging to be included. You are the reason the room matters. You've moved from waiting in line to being the one whose arrival is anticipated. It's a sacred reversal of roles. And this was always written in your story. July 2nd, 2025 is not just a date of wealth. It is a coronation, a divine crowning moment where your spiritual DNA finally matches the throne that's been waiting for you. The wealth that's finding you is not accidental. It is searching for you because it now recognizes you. That's right. Wealth has memory. Divine provision has awareness. Money, resources, people, ideas, they are all forms of energy. And that energy is intelligent. It knows when the soil is ready. It knows when the heart is pure. It knows when the soul is anchored. And it sees that you now are the safe space. This is why you're suddenly noticing shifts in how others respond to you. Some are drawn closer, some are falling away. Both are answers. You are not being abandoned. You are being aligned. The ones who leave do so because they cannot breathe in this new atmosphere you now live in. The ones who arrive are carrying pieces of your future. Trust the shifts. Let the exits be sacred. Let the entrances be intentional. And through it all, stay centered in this truth. You don't need to prove yourself. You don't need to explain the blessing. You don't need to convince anyone that you're worthy. Your existence is proof enough. Your survival is evidence. And your rise is the reward. The path forward from here is clear, but it demands new standards. You must honor what is arriving. You must treat your ideas with care. You must move like someone who expects increase. You can no longer entertain conversations rooted in scarcity. You can no longer entertain people addicted to small thinking. You are being trusted with a bigger vision, and that vision needs a bigger environment. So what does that look like in practice? It means saying no more often. It means honoring your rest. It means being selective with your energy. It means giving yourself permission to shine even if others don't understand your light. It means investing in your growth without apology. It means walking into every room as if you belong, because you do.